In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the horn for this 16-inch unicorn. And for this part of the project, you'll need yarn, stuffing, and a 3.5mm crochet hook. For the horn of this unicorn, I'm going to be using my white yarn and a 3.5mm crochet hook. And we'll begin by making a magic circle. So wrap the yarn around your fingers, reach through, bring up your loop, chain one to secure your yarn. And for round one, we're going to do 4 single crochet into that magic circle. There's 3 and 4. And now you'll grab that tail, give it a pull, place your stitch marker, and at this point, you should have a total of 4 stitches. For round 2, we're going to do a repeating sequence of 1 single crochet followed by 1 increase. So we'll go into this first stitch, do 1 single crochet, and then into the next stitch, we'll do 1 increase. So you'll go into the stitch, do 1 single crochet, go back into that same stitch for another single crochet. And then you're going to repeat that one more time. So 1 single crochet, and then 1 increase. And so that's 2 single crochets into this stitch, makes the increase. And that brings us to the end of this round, and at this point you should have 6 stitches. For round 3, we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And when you come to the end of this round, you should still have 6 stitches. And it's also a good idea to go ahead and weave in that beginning tail and cut off the excess yarn. For round 4, we'll do a repeating sequence of 2 single crochet, followed by 1 increase. And then you'll repeat that one more time. So do 2 single crochet and 1 increase. And at the end of this round, you should have 8 stitches. For rounds 5 and 6, we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And when you come to the end of round 6, you should still have 8 stitches. For round 7, we're going to do a repeating sequence of 3 single crochet followed by 1 increase. So there's 2, 3, and then 1 increase. And now you'll repeat that. So you'll do 3 single crochet and 1 increase. And at the end of this round, you should have 10 stitches. For rounds 8 and 9, we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And at the end of round 9, you should still have 8 stitches. For round 10, we're going to do a repeating sequence of 4 single crochet followed by 1 increase. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 1 increase. And then you'll repeat that one more time. So 4 single crochet followed by 1 increase. And at the end of this round, you should have 12 stitches. For rounds 11 and 12, we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. And when you come to the end of round 12, you should still have 12 stitches. And here I've come to the end of round 12. I've removed the stitch marker, and now we're just going to slip stitch into this next stitch and tie off. And when you cut your yarn, leave a long enough tail for sewing the horn onto the head. And don't forget to add your stuffing like I did. So make sure you add some stuffing before you sew it onto the head. Once you've added your stuffing, you can thread your yarn needle. And we're going to place the horn center between the eyes and a little bit back from the eyes. So right about there. And then we're just going to go under a stitch in the head and then up through a stitch in the horn. Under a stitch in the head, up through a stitch in the horn. And you'll continue to do this all the way around until you get back to where you started. And here I've worked my way all the way around. I've gone through that final stitch of the horn. And so now I'm just going to take my yarn needle through the stitch in the head. And to tie off, I'm going to go under the stitch. And before pulling it all the way through, take my yarn needle through that loop, give it a pull. That will tie the knot. And then we'll just hide the tail inside the head. So just run the needle through, grab your scissors, cut off that excess yarn, and there we have attached the horn.